I'd like to introduce some of our dignitaries and partners. I'd like to start with our elected officials. If you could do me a favor and hold your applause to the end, because I've got 3 pages of dignitaries. So everybody wants to go to lunch after this. So Mayor Eric Arroyo, Vice Mayor Kyle Batty, Commissioner Jen Ahern Koch, Commissioner Liz Alpert, Commissioner Hagan Brody, and City Manager Marlon Brown. You can clap. We have a number of our very important law enforcement partners here today that I'd like to recognize. The State Attorney's Office, obviously, Venice Police Department, Sarasota Sheriff's Office, Sarasota County School Police Department, the Sarasota Memorial Hospital Security Department, obviously the Sarasota Police Foundation. We have members over here on the left. Longboat Key Police Department, New College PD. Let's see, and some community partners I'd like to recognize: Sarasota Housing Authority, our community response team members, and the members of our IPAP and Police Complaint Committee that are in attendance. We also have representatives from Congressman Vern Buchanan's office, Field Representative Dave Sarney, who did a number of years with FDLE and the Sheriff's Office. Thank you for being here, sir. SPD command staff, I'd like to have them stand up one at a time so I can introduce them. Interim Deputy Chief of Police Scott Mayforth. You can clap for these guys. Y'all, by the way, you guys are the most well-behaved audience I think I've ever had. So thank you for that. Thank you for that. Captain Dimitri Konstantopoulos. Captain Ken Rainey Jr. Lieutenant Jeff Steiner. And Lieutenant Bruce King. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Very quickly, I'd like to introduce my boss, the visionary behind this this selection and the day-to-day operations of the City of Sarasota, City Manager Marlon Brown, to give a couple remarks.
Good morning, everyone. I think Mr. Robinson can now give up his day job and be an MC moving forward. Of course, Rex will clap at that. First of all, thank you all for being here. This is a very special and momentous occasion. And with that, I'm pleased to announce the best-kept secret in the City of Sarasota, that Rex Troche is now appointed as Chief of Police for the Sarasota Police Department. I should have done like Patton said, you all can clap now, but that's why I'm the city manager and he's going to be an MC. So Rex is going to be the 13th chief of the Sarasota Police Department, and he's the first Hispanic chief. He has served in the department. I'm going to have Pat put up cue cards, applause.
Red light, green light up here.
So he served since 2002, almost 20 years with the Sarasota Police Department. He has served in the various divisions. He's, served in patrol, professional standards, criminal investigation, and support services. He's also risen through the ranks of the organization. He served as a sergeant, lieutenant, captain, and as the interim chief of police, which he served since August of 21.
Yes, sir.
Okay, wonderful. So practically, he's been really been interviewing for this job for the last 8 months. In the meantime, what I did, I sort of kind of flipped the script in terms of how we go about recruiting for a chief of police. Usually, we will send out a recruitment brochure. We will get tons of individuals who are interested in coming to beautiful Sarasota. We will parade them through the community, put them through a panel, interview them, and then we will then select from all of the input who should be the next chief. I decided to flip that script. I decided to ask the community what they would like to see in the next police chief. So we engaged about 55 organizations. We also invited the unions that represented the civilians in the police department, as well as the officers. And we asked them what they would like to see in a new chief. And out of that, we got a lot of responses, but the top two items that stood out was leadership, professional management, but they also dug a little bit further. They wanted someone who was going to involve the community in the police department, someone who had really good communication skills, and someone who really exemplified what Sarasota was all about. And based on that, I had to look no further than what we already had within. That's part of my philosophy, as you probably heard from me when we hired our previous chief. My philosophy is to hire from within. And if Mr. Troche met those traits, he would be the one that would be appointed. And lo and behold, he met all of those qualities. So he has the skill set to lead this department. He has the skill set to really carry about the policies and initiatives of the police department. And he would be the next police chief, or he is the next chief of police for the Sarasota Police Department. And so with that, congratulations, Chief Troche, and I'm going to pass it on to Mr. Robinson to swear him in.
So before we get there, unfortunately, I failed in my position, and I didn't let the CM know that we have a script that we're going by. So I'd like to invite the mayor to come up and make some brief remarks, please.
My apologies, sir. I'll make them brief. I'm the only one that's standing between you and getting sworn in, so bear with me. Actions, not words. The City of Sarasota bears a symbolic figure of the Michelangelo's figure of David that is at the Ringling Museum. It's also in Florence. There's an old story that goes back to that, where Michelangelo draws this perfect figure of David, and then the mayor of Florence comes over to him and he says, nose is too big. Michelangelo's brilliant. He knows is geometrically perfect, but he doesn't want to insult him, right? So he uses actions, not words, to convince him. So he says, all right, how about this? And he tells the mayor of Florence, I want you to stand right here and look at it from this angle. Then he goes up to the structure and he like chisels it a little bit. He didn't make any changes whatsoever. The other guy was like, wow, you are a master. That looks perfect. And he changed his mind that way. Actions, not words. That is the same philosophy that I have personally seen and this commission has seen of our new chief. It is actions such as being in the police department for over 20 years, working in every single department, and earning the respect of over 750 employees in the City of Sarasota, 170 plus police officers, and rising through the ranks. It is actions such as going into underserved neighborhoods and walking hand in hand with people who would normally be afraid of the police, because these actions show us that getting them to respect us early is important. I remember talking to the chief a few months ago, and we were talking about a string of crimes that occurred in the city of Sarasota. And the common theme was everyone felt disrespected. If someone hit someone, if someone stabbed someone, if someone was killed, there was disrespect involved, and that is a core tenet of what he's been trying to teach these kids, what he teaches the police department, and all of us. The results speak for themselves. We have a record low in crime statistics, even when you account for an increase in some. And we have a record high morale at the police department. Actions, not words. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Vice Mayor, would you like to make a comment? Come on, sir.
By the way, you're wearing a really beautiful shirt.
Hey. As you can see, our city manager got the memo. So, but I just want to say that I want to thank our God Almighty for the opportunity to be here before you today. But this is not only an amazing day, it's not only an exciting day, but it's a very proud day. One that I take a great deal of pleasure, honor, and I see as an esteemed privilege to be here to welcome Chief Troche as our new permanent Chief of Police. The things that I think about when I think about our community, the tenet that comes to mind is belief. We were in our city manager, Marlon Brown's ear constantly about our belief in Chief Troche in leading our Sarasota Police Department, our great Sarasota Police Department. We have a great deal of belief in each and every one of you, and you show that on a day-to-day basis. And you do so by the example of your leader. And I just want to say myself, thank you. I want to thank your family for the sacrifices that you all made for Chief Troche to be here today. He didn't go it alone, and he did it with the assistance and the belief by each and every one of you in him. I want to thank our commission for staying in the ear of our city manager and deputy city manager. I want to thank our city manager, Marlon Brown, and our deputy city manager, Pat Robinson, for their sound prudence in getting us to this great conclusion. But this is only the beginning. I stand here before you because I know that you are not only an exemplary officer, leader, but human being. Someone came to me just the other day and gave me a phone call regarding her grandson and her great concern about his future and the trials that lie before him because he's in a great deal of trouble. And she's talking to me about what's going on in his life. She's talking to me about his past and how he came to where he might be today. And I'm listening to her, and I'm listening to the concern in her voice. And at the end of our conversation, I said with a great deal of confidence and a great deal of belief, you should talk to Chief Troche. Why? Because I know your heart. I've seen it. I witnessed it. I experienced it. And I've done so as well, not only by yourself, but by your great officers, men and women in blue of our great police force here in Sarasota. Once again, I take it as an honor, a pleasure, and a privilege. And I'm humbled to be here. And I welcome you with open arms. Thank you all. I thank our commission. I thank the great city of Sarasota and the citizens. I thank you for having me. As I said, I feel privileged and I feel honored today. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Commissioner Brody?
Be brief. Those were beautiful words spoken so far. So I will just echo much of what's been said and just say this is a happy day for the city of Sarasota. You know, our police department is really our pride and joy in the city. We know how important our police department is to our community and the relationships that our police department and our officers build each and every day out there. I know the sense of security that our department brings to the residents of Sarasota, and it's just been a pleasure to see the department begin to thrive again over the last several years. and under new leadership, really, I think, have a department that exudes the pride that I know our residents feel in our department as well. And I think Chief Troche really personifies that pride in the department. I've spoken to him many times about just the importance and the tradition and also the future challenges for our department in the community. And I think that he understands uniquely well the balance of that. I've seen him, really delve into and bury himself in the future of policing, and really be open-minded to new ways to protect a community, but also keeping one foot in and appreciating the tradition of policing a community, bringing the retired officers back into the fold. I think that's just been incredible to watch, and through this period of many months, I've seen him handle the position with grace and respect and dignity and pride. And so we have a lot of pride in him and in our department. And I just want to congratulate Chief Troche on this day, and also the officers that will be elevated underneath them. I know we have a lot of acting officers right now in the department in different positions. And I can tell you, I've having worked with a lot of these folks, both the men and women at the police department for years as a city commissioner, and then also before that as a prosecutor. We have one of the finest police departments in the world, really a world-class police department that I'm so proud of for the city of Sarasota to have. I see many of our other officers from other agencies that we work hand in hand with, and we are just a lucky community to have so many dedicated men and women committed to keeping Sarasota safe and having just a vibrant community. And so I'll end it at that. Congratulations, Chief Troche. You're going to do a fantastic job, and congratulations to all the other members of the department that are being elevated. And thank you to the men and women throughout the agency and to your families for all that you do for our community. Thank you all.
Commissioner Koch, would you like to speak?
Thank you. Thank you. I'll be very brief. I just want to say that as evidenced in this room today, it's packed in here. This is a community-led decision as well. I know the city manager didn't take this decision lightly, but it was broadly supported, so I have all the confidence and faith that he made the right decision. And I wanted to say to all of the officers here, we swear an oath to health, safety, and welfare. I could never take that oath if it weren't for you and my faith in all of you and what you do. So thank you.
Commissioner Alpert, would you like to come up?
Since I'm in the cleanup position here, I'm going to be even shorter, because today is all about Chief Troche, and it's not about hearing me talk about different things in the city. It just shows how hard work and doing good work pays off in the long run, and we're very happy for you, very proud of you, and I know your family are too. And again, all of the other officers who are moving up or who serve in SPD, we appreciate all of you. Thank you so much.
So thank you, Mayor and Commissioners. Thank you, Mr. Robinson. It's a good thing I had my performance evaluation last month and not this month, because I forgot to bring up, my leadership in the mayor, vice mayor, and the city commissioner. So now, for the moment that you have all been waiting with bated breath for, Mr. Robinson,
Yes, sir.
Are you ready to do
Yes, sir.
the honors? Chief Troche.
I think we've been ready for a couple months, right? You wouldn't mind, sir? And I will ask Miss Kelly Troche to step up with the family Bible, please. Thank you very much. All right. Please raise your right hand. I here upon my oath solemnly swear that I will, to the best of my ability, uphold, protect, and defend the constitutions of the state of Florida and the United States of America. I further swear that I will, to the best of my ability, enforce the ordinances, laws, rules, and regulations as enacted by the City of Sarasota, Florida, the State of Florida, and the United States of America. I will at all times maintain and conduct myself in a manner befitting a police officer of the City of Sarasota, Florida, upon which I am now about to enter as Chief of Police. Excellent, sir. All right. Now is the important part. All right, Miss Kelly, come over here, please. So here is the badge. I know you've practiced fastidiously
Times.
you've done this a few times. So please help yourself. And Rex, are you wearing your vest? Perfect. While Kelly is pinning Rex, I'd just like to let everybody know that Chief Troche is joined today by his three daughters, Angelina, Adriana, and Alexandra. Also attending are his parents, Maria and Confessor Troche. So thank you all for being here. It looks fantastic. It looks fantastic. Here. You know how I need be so anal. The tie bar, I have to have the tie bar right. So first off, Rex, congratulations. Would you like to take an opportunity to say a few words?
Sure, please. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Congratulations.
So, I will say it's surreal, right? Because you hear all these great things being said, and you're like, who are they talking about? Who are they talking about? So, I just want to start by saying thank you to the mayor, vice mayor, commissioners. Your support has been amazing. We can't do it without you. The police department can't do it without you. And it all trickles down. So it comes from you, comes to me, and then it goes to the troops. So thank you very much. Pat, you led us for many, many years. You did a great job, buddy. So I just wanted to say thank you for your support over the years. You've been amazing. City Manager Marlon Brown, I just want to say thank you for doing this so quickly. I had a ponytail when this started.
I like the head.
Yeah, you like it? This is my summer cut.
That's why you selected.
Well, I figured, hey, now it's time to emulate the great. But I will say this, during the course of I think it was 8 months, I'm not sure. But during the course of the 8 months, city manager supported me 100%, all the time. I don't even ever think he called me interim chief. He always called me the chief. And anything I needed, we had some operations that were going on, and he supported us. And what is really amazing is that he would attend some of our meetings, which a city manager has never done before, but that's how in he was. So that told me that this was going to be a great mix if he chose me to be the next chief. So thank you very much. SPD, family. I mean, seriously. It's been amazing. It's hard for me to look up because I'll break. But I do it on your shoulders. Legacy. I'm not a big fan of retirees. That term, I think legacy sounds so much cooler. We started that a while back, and we brought the legacy back into the fold. So thank you. Trying to switch it to business mode here. So our law enforcement partners in the room, can't do it without you. State Attorney's Office, Sheriff's Office, all the different agencies here. We can't do it. We've done a lot of operations together in this 8 months, and they're a success because of y'all. So thank you for that. And our partnerships with NAACP, creation of the community response team. These are things that we did in this short period of time that have been very impactful. So thank you very much. My parents, thank you very much for always being there for me. Always made sure we had food on the table. My mom always made sure that I got to where I needed to be and supported me. So thank you. My kids, Nina, you're doing great. Just keep it up. You're in the Air Force ROTC, getting your master's degree. So. AD, you're off to medical school here shortly in the next year or so, so you're doing incredible. Allie, you're just an amazing kid. We don't have to push you for anything, and you know what you want in life, so keep it up. Kelly, woo! I met Kelly 26 years in Venice, Florida, in a gym. I was the guy selling gym memberships. The receptionist called me, said, "Hey, there's a young lady here who needs a membership." I looked out, and I just started sweating. So, she came to the office, and she just, I had her chair across my desk. Right before she came in, she shook my hand, and she said, "Man, your hands are sweaty." Just took that ego. She knocked me right down in my place, and she's been doing it ever since. And she's like, "Well, I'm not sitting across from you. I'm going to sit right next to you." So she had interview and interrogation down 101, down pat, because that's our move, right? We right here, close that space. And she's been incredible. She's been along for the ride. She chose me. We've raised 3 great kids that are doing great things, and they wouldn't be able to do that without her. We have incredible talks. You're my biggest supporter and times my biggest critic. But I need it. So. And cool thing is, we have a multi-generational home. So my parents live with us, the kids. So, and without her, it couldn't be done. So, thank you. And today I'm the chief, but so is she. So, with that said, I just want to thank everybody. It's an honor. And I know that there's legacy members here that are better leaders over the course of their years, better people, and they didn't get to this level of chief, and I'm not going to forget that. I lean on you all in here, everybody. Thank you.
where's Shanna? Shanna, yeah, let's order up the Chief's badge, the next Chief's badge, please. You know, I've got a couple closing remarks, and I'd just like to say that this is a new chapter in SPD history. So we had a nice 8-month prologue to the next chapter, so we're closing the prologue and we're entering a new chapter. And all the sworn members and civilian members of the staff here, you're the ones that are writing that story along with the chief. He can't do what he does without all the captains and the deputy chief's help and everything that you do on a daily basis. All of our community partners are absolutely invaluable. We could not do what we do without you out there being our eyes and ears. And as Rex said multiple times, you know, those that wrote the story before us need to be recognized. Our legacy program to recognize the folks that are putting in those times, and now they're coming back to support us here on property. And I think that's a really exciting thing to happen. So I can tell you that Chief Troche is taking over the Sarasota Police Department at a very exciting time. We've seen unprecedented growth in the city of Sarasota, and he'll be leading a force that is the largest since 2008 at 190 sworn officers, which gives him flexibility to be more responsive to the community, more responsive to the needs of the business community, and all the folks that come down here to visit, spend their tax dollars, thank you, and the internet. We appreciate you. Keep coming. But I'd like to say that I'm proud of Rex. Rex and I started together. We were zone partners for a number of years, so I've seen him from where he was to where he is, and I can say it's been a fantastic journey, and I've enjoyed watching it the entire time. Working with you directly over the last 8 months has been comical, entertaining, as it always was when we worked together. So thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for all of our partners and all the sworn members and civilian staff here. You make it very easy for us to do what we need to do. So thank you very much. Before we close, I'd like to invite the members of the media to exit the room, go down to the second floor where you'll have an opportunity to speak with City Manager Marlon Brown and our freshly minted Chief of Police, Rex Troche, and ask any questions that you like. But check in with Jan Thornburg and Genevieve Judge, and they will direct you where you need to go. I'd just like to say this is a really exciting time for the City of Sarasota. Chief Troche, congratulations. Command staff, get ready. It's going to be interesting. Thank you all for being here today, and be safe out there. Thank you.